Now with our GMA cover story, the latest in the Rust film set investigation. Volumes of evidence have been released, including photos, body cam video, and Alec Baldwin's first words to police just minutes after the fatal discharge that killed cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. We're joined live now by Santa Fe Sheriff Adon Mendoza. Sheriff Mendoza, thanks for joining us this morning. You know, we had this piece earlier in the program where the family of Halyna Hutchins expressed some surprise that all this evidence had been released. Why did you decide to do it?
Well, we're in response to a public records request where we're required to release the information, and it was also an effort to be transparent in the investigation.
Where does the investigation stand right now?
So right now we're nearing completion. There's a few things that we're waiting for. The final FBI report in regards to the analysis of the firearm, the munitions, the latent prints and DNA. We'll need that to complete our report. We're also waiting on the Office of the Medical Investigator to complete their report and analysis of a little bit more cell phone data. So we're nearing completion. We've estimated a time frame. The FBI has stated that it may be a few weeks before they finalize the report. So we're hoping in weeks and not months.
Why is this taking so long? It's been more than 6 months since the accident.
Well, as you can see with the enormous amount of information that we've released, the investigator report is 200 plus pages. It's very complicated, it's very convoluted. There's an enormous amount of information. So in order to do a thorough report, I think we're doing the best that we can with the time frame that we have.
The biggest question most people have is, how did live ammunition get on that set?
Well, that was one of the key questions that we are focusing on in the investigation. Right now, nobody's come forward and admitted to bringing ammunition to the set.
But we do know there was live ammunition on the set, obviously.
Yes, we know there was at least one live round on the set that was fired from the weapon.
We know the film's producers were slapped with a fine last week for failing to follow weapon safety protocols. How does that influence your criminal investigation?
Well, these are two separate investigations, but I think in our investigation you'll see some of the same things. And I'll state it again, I think there was complacency, disorganization. They were not adhering to proper safety protocols and industry standards, to be honest. And so there's a degree of neglect. Whether that degree reaches a criminal level, that'll be up to the district attorney to determine.
Of everything you released yesterday, what stands out to you?
Well, I think there was several text messages and emails in reference to the use of possible live rounds on a different movie set. That's concerning because that was just a few months before the production of Rust went into effect. And these are some of the same people, some of the same employees and people that played a role in the Rust production. So that's concerning. And also some of the concerns about safety on the set. That's concerning in the investigation also.
Do you know if Alec Baldwin was aware there were live rounds on the set?
I didn't hear your question.
Do you know
George,
if Alec Baldwin was aware there were live rounds on the set?
I won't comment on that.
And final question, we saw some of the tape where the officers told Alec Baldwin when they first questioned him that he wasn't being charged criminally. Is he vulnerable to criminal prosecution now?
Well, that's yet to be determined. The key component is also the analysis on the firearm and the FBI report. So once that's all collected and the thorough report will be forwarded to the district attorney's office, and they'll make the determination who's responsible, if anyone.
What would that tell you about Alec Baldwin's responsibility? I don't quite understand that.
Well, you know, he was the one that handled the weapon that fired the round that led to the fatality and the injury. So again, that's going to be determined by the analysis of the firearm, what it took to manipulate that firearm to allow it to go off, the projectiles that were on the scene. So this is a lot of information that we're going to work in conjunction with the DA's office to determine if there is criminal neglect or criminal charges.
Sheriff, thanks very much for your time this morning.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.